recording now. Yeah, so this is the first question. Okay, so as you can see, it is asking us for the relationship. Okay, so what it is telling that this is the product, this is the supplier, this is the supply. Okay, so whenever one thing is you will have to remember that whenever like foreign key
इसके मार्क्स
reference you will
गए
want
सर।
to sorry
इसके मार्क्स गए सर मेरे।
मार्क्स गए कैसे गए
हाँ
भाई
गए।
कैसे गए
मैंने मुझे मतलब डीबीए में सब क्वेश्चन करके मैंने ये करना स्टार्ट किया था, तो डीबीएमएस में मेरा
अलग बात
बहुत माथा खराब हो गया था। इसमें मैं सोच नहीं पाया, वन टू मैनी मार दिया था इसमें।
अलग बात है डीबीएमएस से अच्छा पढ़ाता है ईटीए फिर भी डीबीएमएस का पेपर पहले करोगे हैं ठीक है कोई नहीं okay I should focus on solving questions okay so see you should always draw the relationships okay so sometimes it's like see suppose this is the table right so suppose this is the table 1 this is the table 2 and this is the relationship right now what is happening in this time is that I am not giving the foreign keys here instead I'm giving table 2 foreign keys table 2 foreign key here and table 1 foreign key also here right so for example let me say this is the student okay and this is the subject right so t1 is the student t2 is the subject and this is the relationship table right this is the relationship table let me decrease the thickness yeah and now now see t2f and t1f okay so now I am saying that student 1 1 2 3 4 and mad 1 and whatever uh, mad 2 sc and java okay and now I am saying that yeah this is a relationship and these are the columns that is there in the relationship okay forget about the primary key and the example that is there in the paper okay just focus on this right so this is t1 and this is t2 student to subject I want to find the relationship let me change this also okay so this is t1f this is t2f okay and now I'm saying that this will contain the student id and this will contain the subject id right so now
यस।
if I will say that what is the relationship so there are three cases right okay so if I will say that in the database only two foreign keys are there right here in the database two foreign key you can see in the supply so both the foreign keys need not be unique okay so if they are not unique then I can use this right so I can use this one can belong to subject mad one right and this also need not be unique this also need not be unique so it's like unique means that you can't use the
मैंने।
same name huh?
यस।
Okay, so suppose student 2 can also enroll in this add-on subject, right? Now I can repeat this as well as I can repeat this also. So it's like student 1 can also enroll in Mat 2, right? So more than one students can belong to,
सिंगल सब्जेक्ट।
yeah, belong to one subject. So it is like this, and more than one subject can belong to one student. So it's like this Mad 1, Mad 2 is belonging to Mad 1, Mad 2 is belonging to this student number 1, right?
यस।
Right? So it's like this. So that's why it is many to many.
हाँ यस,
Okay?
इट इज मैनी टू
So
मैनी।
if I will constrain this, like if I will do that, you can't repeat this. Okay. So student to this subject. So it will be many to one. Okay, so I can't repeat the things here, but I can repeat the student ID here. Okay, so I can't do this part, but I can do this. One can belong to this. So this is one to many. One student can take more than one subjects. Okay, and one to one you always know that both the things are one to one if it is there, then both the foreign keys are unique, right? Foreign keys are unique.
यूनिक। यस।
So that's why it is many to many. Okay, so yeah. This is the easiest question, and we discuss the same question in the PYQ sessions also for the
Yes, sir.
quiz one.
Previous question, sir. Go to the previous question.
So, what this says is that a certain video on the web occupies 3 gigabytes of memory of
Sir,
the
sir,
server.
go to the previous question, sir.
Sorry. Yeah,
Sir, which is
yeah. Tell
which
me.
is the relationship, sir? Like product
Relationship
and
table is
supply,
this supply, right? Supply. Okay.
supply or supplier, sir. No, no.
Supply
Yes,
is
sir.
the
Supply
relationship
is
table.
the relationship table. Okay.
What will be the cardinality of the product and supplier relationship? So, product and supplier relationship is the supply because it
Hmm.
contains this,
Yes, sir.
foreign key.
Hmm. It is many to many, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so it's kind of, see, you will not mention. So if you will not mention, right? So if you will not mention this db dot relationship, right? So it's not like you will have to mention the db dot relationship. Db dot relationship is that if it is a student object, then I don't need to go to that relationship table that I'm making, right? Student or whatever is there here, product. Okay, so if there is a product object, then using this db dot relationship, I can just fetch that supply details, right? Supplier details,
Okay.
right? So main focus of relationship is to, we don't have to we don't have to do the double queries or something, right?
Yes.
So that's why. Otherwise, if this will contain this foreign keys, suppose this will contain this foreign keys, this relationship table, it is always a relationship table because relationship table always contains foreign keys inside that, right?
Yes.
Right. So it's like that. Okay,
Okay.
that's why it is many to many. Now this question says that a certain video on the web occupies 3 gigabytes of memory of the server, right? So if the number of viewers of video over time is given by the curve shown below, and assuming that each viewer requires an individual connection to the server, to the video, blah blah blah, what should be the minimum RAM requirement of the server that can process requests from all the viewers simultaneously? Okay,
5.7 GB.
so it's like, see, it's like this only. Okay, so I'll just repeat the things I repeated also, but yeah, no problem. So this is the graph, right? This is the graph. Suppose. Sorry for the bad drawing, as always. Okay, so I am just doing this graph. Okay, so they said that this graph has some, peaks and like some things are there. So this is the nature of the user attendance. Okay, and now I am saying that what will be the minimum need minimum need of what is ram ram to run this thing smoothly. Okay, so this is the nature of the users visiting, and what is the minimum need of the ram? Okay, so as we discussed, okay, so if we need the minimum ram, then we should just figure out that what is the maximum users coming in, maximum users coming in. Okay, so it's like, see, it's like this only. Okay, so if I know that in the 7 days time, okay, in 1 week, the peak is Saturday Sunday of my viewers, and it is around 3,000 viewers. Okay, 3,000 viewers, right? So I will worry about this 3,000 only because my maximum is the 3,000. Maximum is the 3,000. Okay, so what I will say, that yeah, I want to be on the safe side. What is my maximum user capacity that I will make it my minimum RAM? Okay, so I can handle 3,000. I can handle my maximum user visits. I can handle my maximum user visits. Okay, so if I am able to handle my maximum users visit, that will be my minimum RAM required to run the things smoothly. Okay, we discussed this in the previous PYQ sessions also, right? So you will have to just figure out this. Okay, so what is the peak? Peak is, I guess, 1.9, right? Sorry, 19. Okay, so 1900 viewers is the peak. Okay, and 3 gigabytes of data for each. Okay, so 5.7 terabytes of data it is asking. Yeah, this will be your minimum requirement. No other things. This was the same question from the PYQ only. The values got changed. That's it. So yeah, so let's do this. Okay. So this, okay, so you don't need to worry about all the things. You are just asked to, what is the max scores data model. So this is a around what marks, 3 marks question. So ignore this URI and all the things. Just focus on this class. You are given the class, and it is saying that how to insert an entry. How to insert an entry in a database. Okay, how to insert an entry in the database. So we always discuss that if you want to, this is suppose max records. So if you want to enter something in this database, you will have to compulsorily make one object of that class, object of this of that class, and then you will do db.session.add and then db.session.commit. Okay, so yeah, so see, now the main thing. Okay, so max scores you will have to assign that, which variable will take this value. So this middle
Takes
two
which
are
value?
like useless. Okay, sorry.
No, sir. I am repeating. Which value takes which value?
Yeah, which
Means
values take.
which
So you
attributes
will have
gets
to.
which value?
Exactly. So this is bad, and all like anyways, like this is taking C db.commit and db.add. So first we should add and then we should commit. So this is the ideal option. Okay, so this is assigning the variables also, and after that it is adding. After that it is committing, right? And here, as you can see, it is committing first and then adding. So this is bad. Okay, and we know that also that after adding, it will reflect to database only when I will do the db.session.com. Okay, so yeah. Okay, this question. Okay, so I hope the discussion of wrapper function helped you in this question, right? You
Ah,
got
yes,
this
sir.
3 marks. Yeah,
Yes.
so
Yes, sir. Show
yeah,
me the answer. I have remembered the answer, sir.
yeah, okay, so see, what is happening is, as we discussed that, just a second. Okay, so yeah. So what did I discuss about the wrapper function? It's like this only. That this is the function, this is the function one, and this takes some parameters. There is a decorator inside this decorator, right? And it is used to modify the functionality of the function basically. Okay, okay. So this is the thing. Okay, now what is happening is we have two decorator functions. Okay, so now let's see what is happening. So I remember the question. Okay, so I'll just do this. Okay, so function one is reversing the list. Okay, reversing the list. What do you mean by reversing the list? This was the exact notation.
Ah, yes.
Okay,
Reversing
start
means
to end. This means start to end and reverse. Sorry, Vivek.
reverse. Yes, sir. Reversing the list.
Just a second now. Hello. Okay, sorry. Yeah. So what was I doing? This is reversing the list. Okay, function one. It takes a list, it is reversing the list. Then there are two things: update decorator and modify decorator, right? So update decorator and modify decorator. So There is a modify decorator here, an update decorator here, right? So now what will happen is that this update is doing the half of the list, right? This update is doing half half of all the elements, right? And then this modify is reversing, I guess. Yeah. And this is not sorry, this modify is reversing, and this function what is my list is, it is yeah, so it is squaring, sorry. Okay, so this is my mistake, sorry. My list is squaring the objects. Okay, what it is doing, it is squaring the terms, squaring the terms. Okay, so this is my list function, and it has these two decorators, as you can see. Okay, and this decorators will take the function in the parameter. Okay, so this update will also take the function in the parameter, and this will also take the function in the parameter, right? So now what will happen? Who will tell me that what will happen? How this answer came?
Sir, first it goes to modify and then update, sir.
Yeah, so modify, what will the modify do?
Modify do, sir, reverse the list,
Reverse the list. Okay.
and then update is half of the list.
Yeah, exactly. So what is happening is that as you can see, okay, so this function, wrapper function, is taking uh, this as a parameter, right? So what will happen is first, just a second. Okay, so now what is happening is that modify is taking this function as a parameter. Okay, and it is reversing the list. So first it will just reverse the list. Okay, reverse the list. Okay, so what will be the reverse list? It is 957 142, 957 1 4 and 2. This is the modify. Okay, and this is returning it. Okay,
Sir,
after that,
my list is a, sir, square of the number, sir.
yeah, my list is doing the square of the number, so it is reversing and also squaring it. Okay, so
Yes,
this is function one, and I'm executing this, so it will be 81 25 49 1 16 and 4. It's like this.
yes, sir.
Okay, and then update is doing the half of the elements. So okay, so this will be 40.5, and whatever its values are there, 12.5, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so yeah, this is how it is. Okay, so yeah, decorator.
Sir,
Yeah.
uh, how did the function f of L is working, sir? I don't get that.
What is function of L? This.
Yeah, yeah, sir, yeah, sir.
So what is happening is, see, the decorator. Suppose this example, if I will give you the simple example. So this is suppose the decorator, okay, and this is the function inside it. So suppose this is a my list function that is returns reverse the list. Okay, so now what is happening is that modify takes always modify decorator, whatever the decorators are, takes the function below it inside the parameters. So it will be like my list inside like this. So this is the modify. Okay, now what is happening is this is modify, this func value is this my list only. Okay, so this my list comes here, and now what I'm telling is that for I in L, so it's like see, it's like parameters, they are red. Okay, so this wrapper function is taking this because this function has a parameter, right, this L. Okay, so what am I doing is I'm taking this parameter as L here, and I'm doing that for I in L. Okay, okay, I want to do this. I want to execute the function, but I am giving the extra feature to this. That first square this, first square each element, and then for I in L, you can do like my func of L. Func of L means that this is my list of L. Okay, so this executes this function. So what is happening is right now is that func is equal to this my list only. Okay, and I'm executing my list of one. Okay, so my list is squaring and then I'm reversing it. Okay, so that is the thing. Okay,
Sir,
so yeah,
Okay, sir.
yeah,
sir, your update function takes that definition. Can you show that? Sir?
yeah,
Yes, so your update function takes my list as a function
yeah,
argument, and then modify takes update as update
yeah.
function.
You can see it like this. Okay, so maybe if just a second. Okay, so this is squaring and divide. So okay, so this is I guess 416 81, and I'm dividing this. So it's like 2 1, just a second, 2 4 2 4 1 7 5 6 2 4 1 9. Yeah. So if I update and so this is one, this is func of L. This is 416 175 sorry 149 25 81, and then I'm doing 281 49 by 224 point no, sorry, yeah, 24.5. 25 is 12.5, and this 81 by 2 40.5. Okay, so this is 40.5. Okay, and now I am again taking this as a parameter, and I'm reversing each of the element, and I'm 12.5, 24.5, and but it should not be it should not be like this, the way you said, because it's like, see, so if you will do that now, so what will happen is if you can imagine that update is taking this as a parameter, right? So what you are telling that what should happen now, then what will happen, as I said, things will happen as I said, or you have a different point of view of this question.
No, sir, I understood him. Just asking the hierarchy here. So
Ah,
update first takes my list, then modify takes
yeah, yeah.
update.
So that is, yeah, that is true. Okay, and also like a function can take multiple parameters. Okay. So it's also true that it can take multiple decorators, and you can do some modifications to the functions like this. So yeah, so modify and then this, yeah. So let's let's do this. Okay, so again, like the same thing. Okay, so if you want to execute this part like slash. So there are two things. There is a route with some URL and then some string ID here, string whatever name, like this. And there is one route question mark and key value pair, right? So we discussed this a lot. Okay. So this is what we can have as a function. So this is a function, and this route. This is also route, and I can take this and I can create this, and this is the part of my URL. Okay. What this is called? This is called parameters, and I can read this using request dot args dot get key, and this is not like this. Parameters are not part of the URL. Okay, so there are two things that you will have to understand. Okay, now this will help you solving too many questions. Okay, so see, now what is happening is slash home is there, and I am taking the request.args.get method from the arguments, not from the routes. From the parameters I am taking the value of the method. Okay, so what it is telling that browser will render aesthetically similar output for this. So parameter po method is equal to post. This parameter is there. Method is equal to post, and it will return this. If it is post, then it will return this, and yeah. So if it is get and post, it will return this outputs. Okay. So it is saying that browser will render aesthetically similar output for this, because as you can see, IIT Madras and IIT Madras, it is writing background color light gray, color purple, text align center, font weight bold, aesthetically same. Okay, and then different, no different. Okay, so there is no difference between the get response and the post response. Okay, so that is there, and browser will render method not allowed error for slash home. So slash home is the only route allowed, right? Only route allowed. And as I said, you, if you want to give, you can give parameters. If you don't want to give, you can't. You don't give parameters. That's up to you, right? So that's totally up to you if you want to give the parameters, and if you don't want to give the parameters. Okay, that's not the part of the URL, and it's not compulsory. But if it would be the like this, right? If it the question would be like this, right? At home slash some method, like some string method, and I'm reading that from this. So this says that uh, server always expects some string called method.
Sir,
Yeah,
sir, here if we write home slash and don't write anything after slash, then
yeah.
it will be taken as an empty string, the method.
Slash. This one now.
Yes, sir. Empty strings, the method.
Yeah. So this will be empty. Empty string is like no. So that is the catch. Okay. So if you like just write the slash and don't write anything now. So it means that you are not passing anything. You are not passing anything. So there is a question regarding this. We'll come to that. Okay. So just focus on this right now. The server always expects some string called method. Okay, and it can't allow this. This is wrong if this is implemented. Okay, because it always expects. But in the case of parameters, you can have this home alone as a root, and you can pass the parameters. Okay, these are not the part of the URL, as I said. Okay, so yeah. Now, yeah. So the browser will run an invalid method for slash home. So this is slash home, and I'm not passing any parameters. So right now the discussion that this for this routes, if it is you are not passing anything, So you're not passing anything. That means that I can't get this value. Okay, so it's like, see, where variable value is nothing. Okay, because I'm not able to find the key that you are asking me, because I have not passed anything in the parameters, right? So it will allow this. It will allow this. Okay, but it will return invalid method because I'm not able to find the value of the variable name a variable a, right? So
It will
it's
go
like
to
that.
else block, right?
Yeah, it will go to else.
Sir, and also if you don't pass, I think it will be none, sir.
Sorry.
No, sir, if you don't pass any arguments, then it will be none.
Yeah, none. Okay, so yeah. Now let's see this. Okay. So this is really easy if you have seen the lab assignment session or somewhere theory. Okay, so this was really easy question. If you see that way. Okay, so see, I'm adding a resource. So adding a resource meaning, we discussed this before, right? So adding a resource means that I am you know defining the routes that are allowed. Okay, and for these routes I will define some resource to use. Okay, so suppose I'm doing API add resource. So we discussed this thing, right? Resource, yeah. So is slash home slash school, right? So these are the only allowed routes to hit the server. Only allowed routes to hit the server. Allowed routes to hit the server, right? And if I'll write this office, then I can't hit the server. Okay, now I'm saying that for these routes, for these particular routes, you will use some home, capital home resource. Suppose class, this is class home, and this is my resource. Okay, so the same thing is happening. Only allowed routes are two. Okay, API slash version slash some integer. So it is only allowed routes are API slash version slash some integer here, and version one, I guess, for whatever, API slash only allowed routes. Now what is happening? I am telling that for this version 1 plus integer, I will use trains API 1, which is taking get, which is using get request, getting the input here, integer ID, whatever is here, okay, number, and returning something. And now version 2 is having API 2, and that doesn't take any arguments, doesn't take arguments. Okay, so yeah, this is the thing. Okay, so
So
now,
then
yeah,
slash after version 2.
slash this slash, right? So
Yes.
this doesn't matter. Like actually, like if you see that this that the end slash, it's like, yeah, you can see it. Yeah, okay, yeah, keep it. Okay, so yeah, yeah. So API 2, this is the resource, and this is the resource I'm using. This is the resource I'm using, and now what I'm saying that renders the train data without errors. So whenever the API goes to version 1 with some integer, I can come here and give the output. Version 2 without integer, I can come here and without output. Okay, so version 2 here, as you can see, version 1 here, as you can see, I can't give plain integer because the only routes are allowed is with version 1 and version 2. So I can't give this like API slash number. It will not allow, because as I said, these are the only routes that are allowed. And the third option, as you say, version 2 slash whatever. So it's like, it is telling that version 2 is taking one argument, but it is not. Okay, and it is not allowed that So the only two roots are allowed is, and what am I trying to hit now? I'm trying to hit this to slash some integer, but this is not allowed, right? Not allowed. Okay. Yeah. So let's come move forward here. Okay. So yeah, this is the thing that was really good. Okay, in a way. Okay. So questions were being formed like to confuse you guys. So yeah, that is
Yes,
there.
sir. Confusing questions, sir.
Sorry.
Confusing questions are available there, sir.
Happens. Okay, so what am I doing always? What am I doing is I'm taking some, like I'm taking the value of course from the parameters, as you can see, request dot ask dot get, it is writing, right? And then I am reading the sys.argv values. Okay, the command line values. And then I'm checking that if it is in the data, if the parameter value, so it is like this. Okay, so it is like this. It's like if the parameter value parameter course value, okay, parameter course value, it should be in my command line arguments, command line arguments. Okay, and this should be in my this command line arguments. And from this course course, okay, so sorry, yeah, this course key, the value should be in the command line arguments. And sys dot argv1 should be in the data property, data variable or data dictionary, whatever is there, what is that list. So this should be in this should be in this. So this was the cycle that you were needed to follow. Okay. Okay, so yeah, let's check. Okay, so now web application develop, welcome to application development. Okay, it should give this. So let's see the options. Okay, the first option is application development Java. So it's like this. So I'll explain why it is wrong. Okay, why the question is option is wrong, and then I'll move forward. You'll have to figure out that why the last two options are right. Okay, so app dev Java. Okay, so now the course key, so parameter is Java, and my sys.argv is this, with separated by commas. Okay, okay. So when I'm saying this, that parameter should be inside my command line arguments. So this is my command line argument sys. It is in that. Okay, and sys.argv1 should be in my data. So what is sys.argv1? It's not whole app dev. Okay, because sys checks the space space is the separator for sys. Okay, so app, when you write app slash dev, sorry, space dev, so it's like it is a separate argument, it is telling. So this is the 1th index element, and application, only application is not here, is not here in the list. The whole application development is inside.
So it won't be found in that, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Is there then is this answer wrong then?
Yeah, this is the wrong one. Okay, so this is first is wrong, second is wrong, and then the so it should not give. Okay, so it is telling that you are respectively such that the browser gives output as this.
Yeah, that's
So this,
okay. Just look at the other two. There's one I'm doubtful it's even also incorrect.
okay, so this application development. Okay, so application development, same reason. Okay, so it will be in the this application development will not be in the sys.argv only.
Because application will be considered separately and development separately,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Now here, so now this will be considered as a whole. Okay, so why these two are correct? Because this will be considered as a whole. Space is a separator, but there is a but. Okay, so it's like application and development. So this will be considered as a whole when mentioned in this codes. Okay.
Could you go back to the options, please?
Yeah.
In fact, I joined today's session mainly because of this question. So over here,
Yeah.
we have to check whether which one is there in sysargv application development. Look at the last option.
Yeah. So application development should be in the sys.rgb, right? So what is my
It isn't,
sys.rgb?
isn't it? Is it in it?
Yeah. Yeah. Application. So what
But
will be
then
the what? Just a
isn't this
second.
considered as two different ones? These
No. No.
request
No. As I
arguments.
said, this codes are there, right? So it will be considered as whole.
It's not there in the URL.
What? No, URL no. URL will be considered as a whole value. Only sys separates now. What did I say? What did I
Oh,
say?
request does not
Yeah.
separate.
No, 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 no. Space is the separator for sys because it
I
reads the
don't
command
know.
and
Am I
argument.
mistaken? But on Saturday, Adarsh sir was talking about even putting in the URL in brackets because it says it won't recognize the space. Am
Maybe
I
I.
wrong? But I think that's what he was saying, that we need to put even this in quotes. Otherwise, even in the URL, it will consider as different arguments.
No, but it is for the sys only. Okay, so it's like this is not in the sys, right? This is the
I agreed,
parameter
agreed.
value.
But even in the
Yeah.
URL, if I'm not wrong, on Saturday, that is what he was saying. Is it possible for you to try this code, please?
Right now,
It's just a small code, and you have to only
I,
try the
but
URL and
I don't have in mind. But like, just a second. Oh shit. Oh shit. Just a second. Just a second. I'll just open a new file and then come back. Okay. Just a second. Where?
by when do we expect the our response sheets?
Response sheets. Maybe by tomorrow or something max 2 months.
Okay.
Okay, so just a second. Let me just prepare this. Okay, so app dot get post. What am I doing here? Ah, application development such that the browser gets this. Okay. Just a second. Okay, just a second. Let me test this. Okay. Then I'll share. Okay, so let me share my screen again. Sorry for the delay, but yeah, I had to just figure out a way to quickly write this. Okay, so see, I'll just print the things, okay, so that you can see the things. Print course, print sys. What is the print sys.rg, yeah. Okay, so now let's run this. So I'll just close this terminal and I'll try the first option. Okay, so see, application dev java. Okay, I'm running this. Okay, and now I will visit that URL that I was visiting. I'll just okay slash course. Okay, and slash course java. Okay, welcome to java. It is coming now. See, so this is app.py application development as I wrote dev and java. This is java. Okay, and now the दूध का दूध पानी का पानी one. Okay, so it's like okay, so let's give you one more example. Okay, never mind. Okay, so this is the whole string it is treating as, and this is Java. Okay, now I am. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I wrote it. Just a second. Okay, so course is equal to application development. Just a second. I have not written the thing that I should write. Just a second. Lazy boy. Sorry. Yeah. So this is the
It also should
application.
be capital, sir.
Yeah. Develop spelling. Now it is good.
Yeah, just copy it without the quotes.
Yeah, no problem. I just tried to just write it and yeah, I myself am now in a problem. Yeah. So this is the thing. Now I'll visit this slash course. Parameter is course. Course is equal to application development, as you can see. Capital D. What happened? Yeah.
I told
Sorry.
you it won't
Sorry.
take it. It's taking the space.
Sorry.
It's separate. It'll take the space as separate if I'm not wrong.
But as you can see, output it doesn't care
Oh,
about the
yeah.
what happened.
The space. Oh.
What space?
No, just do it again. It ignored the space. No, there was a space between application and development, right?
Yeah, I gave that space, right? See?
Okay, then I think I was mistaken.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you so
if
much for
yeah,
doing this.
and
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I have done that, but I hope that and I think that I didn't mention it like parameters also you will have to give codes Sys.argvi I definitely mentioned that you will have to, it will treat as a separate things, but I don't think it is treating as
I
a
thought
separate.
in, I thought even in URL you it would have
No,
to
no,
be in
no,
quotes.
no, 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 no. It is a parameter, right? Key value pairs are there.
No,
It will store it as a
I'm
key value.
mistaken or what. I felt Adarsh sir on Saturday was also mentioning for the URL, and that is why he was saying, okay, you can put 2 or 3 parameters, but then if you put a space, then they'll be considered as separate. And I don't know. He was saying and
So
I don't know. Maybe then I
it's
misunderstood.
always good to, it's always good to execute, right?
Anyhow,
So
I think I got half the answer, so it's okay.
uh, nice, okay. So yeah, so guys, I think this should not be a problem now. This question, okay, I executed it properly. So yeah, now let's focus on this. So what is this doing? This is doing the same thing. Okay, so it's like retrieving the user from the database with ID 103. So if I want to retrieve the user with ID 103, so I can visit two URLs, right? User with ID, user with id, or user with parameters. So as you can see this is the main question. Okay, so the me screaming in the sessions about this routes and all, like, now you understood, right? Why? So yeah, this was not intended. Okay, so it's like sometimes uh, sometimes I don't also know the paper. So it's like sometimes I got lucky, and I get lucky, and my discussed things are there in the paper only. Okay, so if in end term if it doesn't happen, don't complain me on this, don't complain on discourse. Okay, so yeah, so see, this is taking a parameter in the URL, and it is taking. So two things I can do. If I want to return the user, I can pass the string ID in the parameters. Otherwise, I can just pass it in the, sorry, I can pass in the URL, or I can pass in the parameters. Okay, I can pass in the URL, or I can pass in the parameters. Okay, so yeah, so definitely, like, this question was really easy. And as you can see here, this is plain. This is only taking parameters. The only allowed routes are user and user, right? User with parameter, and user with route, and user with parameter, right? Okay, so yeah, and will trigger the get user controller in the given application. Get user controller means whenever I have this get user, I will have parameters, right? So if I will give the strings, it will do this. I should have the parameters in my URL. So this is the answer. Okay, slash user and parameters. Okay, this will not trigger. Second option will not trigger, of course. First and third are wrong, and for second option will trigger this get this user function. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so yeah, you have a DRAM module with bus width. This was the practice assignment question 1. Okay, so it is almost the question 1. Okay, nothing is there. It is saying the bus width is 64 bits, clock speed is 400 megahertz, and operating in DDR double data rate or two values plus clock cycle mode. What is the maximum memory bandwidth in gigabytes per second achievable? And this is the main thing to notice: dual channel mode. Okay, so it is dual, two memory interfaces are used, dual channel mode, dual channel mode. Okay, so how do you calculate this first? First of all, is like multiplying the 64 bits with this. How much is it? 400 megahertz, right? So this is 8. Okay, 8 bits into 400 megahertz, and into 2. So why this 2? Because of this two channel, dual channel mode. This is 2 is for dual channel mode. Dual channel mode. Okay, and this one more is there, double data rate for two values, double data rate or two values per clock cycle. It's like for one clock cycle. Okay, data rate is double, data rate is double. So that's why one more 2 is there, data rate is double. Okay, so now yeah, you can calculate this, I guess. Okay, so this will be 8 into 400 into 2 into 2 to 12,800, and 12.8 should be the answer. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. As I said,
So could you
numerical.
please
Sorry.
repeat that, sir?
Sorry.
Sir, could you please repeat that, sir?
So two things are there. Okay. So it is telling that operating in DDR double data rate or two values per clock cycle. So it's like the whatever data rate is there now. Okay, whatever the data rate is there, I'll multiply it by two. Okay, so this is 8 bits. So I should just multiply double data rate it is taking. So 8 bits into two. Okay, so this two is for double data rate. Sorry, this one. Okay, and the other thing is that it is taking a dual channel, working in a dual channel mode. So dual channel mode means there are two memory interfaces, so whatever the calculations I'll get from this, whatever the calculations I'll get from the data, which is 8 into 400 into 2. So this is for dual data rate. And I'll multiply it by 2. Why? Because of the memory, dual memory interfaces, two channels it is working. There are two channels that are working on this. So this whatever the cost will be, it will be multiplied by 2. Okay? Two memory interfaces.
And that 8, sir.
8 is, sorry, I forgot to mention. It is not 8. Okay, so it is 64 bits divided by 8, 8 bytes.
Okay,
Sorry
bytes. Okay, sir.
for this. Yeah, sorry for this. Yeah. So I just wrote here, okay, this is bytes. Okay, sorry for confusing you guys. So sorry, this is bytes. Okay, so yeah, 12.8. Okay, yeah. So there is a relationship question and there is the logging question. Okay, so how many of you got it incorrect? How many of you sitting here, okay, got this question incorrect? I want to ask. Sure,
What was the
logging
answer?
question. Answer was this third one.
I got it right.
Sorry.
I got it right.
Okay. Anyone with incorrect? Nice. Okay, so as you can see here, logging level is info. Okay. Okay, and warning I'm executing. So greater than info, it is done. So warning will be executed. And now I am asking that sys.argv one, if it is info, then execute this info. If it is debug, then execute this debug, and then logging dot warning. So what will happen? Info is there. So and sys.argv1 is debug, right? So now what will happen is debug it will try to execute, but it will not execute because of the hierarchy. Okay. So because of the hierarchy, it will not execute. So that's why the only things that will be executed is this warning. Okay. So as you can see. Okay. And this is the same thing is alpha one. Okay. Previous year question. Okay. And this is an interesting question. Okay, so this was from the PYQs directly. Yes, it was no changes at all. Okay, just a second. Yeah. Okay. So see, So see this question, it is telling that minimum length and maximum length. Okay, so this CSS has this part. Okay, so valid and invalid. Okay, so it is a by default thing. Okay, so what it is saying that input type password. Okay, and minimum length is 5 and maximum length is 8. Okay, so suppose minimum length is 5 here. Okay, and what will happen is right now is that this is the text box, right? I'm saying that minimum length is 5 and maximum length is 8. Okay, so this invalid will be here. Okay, this properties, and it is combined. It is bound with the input type password. Okay, so what does this mean, invalid and valid? So invalid and valid means that it satisfies all the conditions to be valid, right? So if I'm saying that minimum length is 5, and if it is only 1 here, only 1, so this invalid will be true. Okay, okay, and now if I will put this 5 stars here, so minimum length is 5, it is achieved. Okay, so this will also be this valid will be true. Okay, so it's like this. Okay, and one more interesting thing is there, that what it is telling that HTML form is integrated with front end validation. That is obvious, right? It is indeed integrated with the front end validation. Okay, but now the next thing is the background color of the password field remains red for first 4 letters, turns green for the next 4 letters, and then remains green for the remaining allowable letters. Okay, so why the third option is wrong? Okay, so what the third option is saying exactly is that, so password is okay, so suppose this is the text box. I have written this this 8 characters, right? So maximum length is 8. So what does this maximum length does is, it limits that, yeah, maximum length should be 8 for this input type. Okay, and the second thing that you will have to be careful of is, max length will not let user to enter ninth letter. Okay, so what the third option is saying, that after 8 it will again turn red because maximum length is 8, and it will again turn red because it becomes invalid. Okay, but the main thing to notice is maximum length will not let user to put this extra things. 8 matlab 8, it became green and I'm done. Okay, it became green and I'm done. Okay, so that's the case. So that's why this then again turns red for the remaining letter, that is false, and then remains green for the remaining allowable letters. Okay, it will not turn red again. Okay, because max length will not allow to put the ninth character. So if it is green, then it will stay green. Okay, so it's like this one. So this is how the invalid valid works. Okay, so yeah,
Sir, and we are styling based on the input tag.
sorry.
So we are also styling it based on the input tag, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sir. And also type equal to password.
Sorry.
Yes, sir, we are styling it based on the input tag and password form.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so it's like that. Okay, so yeah, with this, like, the discussion. So see, the one question related to relationships now, I want to suggest you to watch the other session of relationships. Okay, and in the next session, I'll discuss that particular question and some extra things like related relationships. Okay, so I'll prepare one code to give you give you more examples and more explanation for the relationships. Okay, and we'll definitely in the next session we'll discuss this. Okay, so one question is remaining that I will discuss in the next session. Okay.